Hey guys, today's video is dedicated to one of my favorite streamers and YouTubers, Kripp. Now those of you who know him, when was the last time you remember him doing some hardcore shit on stream for 16 hours, day after day? When was the last time you saw him wear a shirt like this? Now back in the days he would start his stream and while the intro was going, people would like write red shirt, red shirt, red shirt, blue shirt and so on, guessing what his appearance is gonna be. Today, he's mostly seen in like fancy t-shirts, but is this really needed for gaming? Are those really the values he represented 2 years long? Now Kripp is known for some of the biggest achievements in the gaming world. Back in the WoW days there was the Iron Man challenge, where a lot of top rated PvEers tried to do it. But who got it world first? It was Kripp. He owned it everyone else and got it before anyone else even came close to it. He is also very known for his streams and gameplay of Diablo 3. Now, when Diablo 3 came out, it was very competitive. Several people, 100,000 people all around the world announced that they wanna get the world first hardcore inferno, like Affine, Kungen, Koreans and so on. But who got it? It was Kripp! And it wasn't even close! Kungen was still back in Act 2 farming goblins, while Kripp was already in Act 4 standing right before Israel. Affine came crawling to Kripp, asking him begging him for help, begging him for gameplay information, for mechanics, for strategies that Kripp Fury crafted with his no-life team. The interview was 4 hours. And when he did the World First Hardcore Inferno, I was in university. I had a class. The teacher asked me a question. But while I was answering the question, I kept watching the World First Hardcore Inferno kill on my iPad. I didn't care if I got 2 or 4 points on the question. That's how intense the fight was. And inside of me, I actually wanted Kripp to die. I wanted him to screw up. Just to see the reaction of 50,000 people in the chat watching the event. But he ended up making it. Very good job. But now, I mean, what's with his saltiness? Every time I watch him play Hearthstone now, it goes, this guy top-decked me. Or, this guy just got the absolutely only card that made him win there in that situation. Or, oh my god, that guy's deck was insane, he had 10 swipes. But statistically, all those RNG elements happen also in the other direction the same amount of times. But you never hear him say, wow, I really only won just because I got that one card left of my deck that made me win in that turn. Or, oh my god, I top-decked this guy really hard. Or, okay, I really just won this game because my deck was so much better than his. Now we viewers, we know that there's RNG in Hearthstone. We know that it affects games and that games can be lost if RNG does not work in your favor. Well, unless you're Colento, who might win anyway, but that's another story. Now, what did the old Kripp do? Look at this clip. This is from the old original Hardcore Inferno.
Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. Holy shit, holy shit. Holy shit. Oh my god, I died.
Nuh-uh.
I died. I fucking died.
You're kidding me.
Not kidding you. Time to level barbs, guys.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
You're fucking kidding me, right?
No. Nasty Soul Reapers. I died.
Wow. You did.
Take a screenshot. Time to level some barbs.
God.
So you saw Kripp died, and what was his reaction? He stayed cool and ate the fucking soup! That was badass! 20 seconds later he started leveling a new character after he just lost his own character with hundreds of hours of playtime and all the gear associated with it. And in this case it was real RNG that prevented him from moving on. It was exactly that combination of Soul Reaper pack with those combination of FXS and Fire Chains in exactly that location with a door blocking his path, his escape path. That's like a 1 in a million thing that could have happened there. But it didn't play me anything. 20 seconds later, new character. And he kept moving on. Now, and even helped me, for example, and many other players. Like, he learned me how to take things lightheartedly and become a happier person. If I would have died in that place at that time, I would have deleted the game and quit. But he kept moving on right away and still managed to get World First Hardcore Inferno. Now another thing, the old Kripp couldn't have cared less about pro-fisting every single sub. The old Kripp was streaming for fun and providing the highest level of gameplay. Kripp back in the days, he started from zero. Only a handful of people knew who he was before I started streaming Diablo. But because of his skill, his dedication, his unique approach to gaming and his competitiveness, he was able to do things that no one else could. And became like one of the most recognizable faces in the gaming scene. I remember when Kripp came on and to stream Diablo back in the days, 6 PM every day. Every other stream would suddenly either stop streaming or lose 80% of their viewer base because everyone went to watch Kripp. That's how magnificent he was. Another thing is switching games. Now, these days, every time there's a game that interests Kripps, like Final Fantasy or Wilds or whatever, it's like, nah, the game doesn't look that good. I'm gonna go back and play some Hearthstone for today again. The old Kripp wasn't like that. Every time a new, interesting game came out, the old Kripp would play it. And he would show the others how it's done. Whether it was Guild Wars 2 or Neverwinter or Path of Exile, it didn't matter. He would play it and do some amazing things in those games and set records or do exploits, whatever. Now don't get me wrong, in my opinion Kripp still is the best Hearthstone stream. And everyone, his haters, his viewers, other big streamers know that if Kripp would stream at a reasonable time, if he would change his schedule or to his old schedule or whatever, he would easily be highest viewed streamer at any time with 30,000 plus viewers. Now a lot of people say, what is the problem? Why did things change and did they change? A lot of people say he only plays Hearthstone, that's why it's casual and stuff. But that's not true. Hearthstone also has competitive elements. There's a tournament scene around Hearthstone. And if you remember, look back, BlizzCon last year, there was a tournament. Kripp was an arena player at that point, but he still got invited to the tournament. Where a lot of like constructed players and so on played. And what happened? Kripp with little to almost no preparation got second place in the tournament. Beating a lot of people who focused on constructed play. What happened later? ESGN Fight Night, another tournament. ESGN Fight Night. Kripp still was playing arena for 10 hours a day on his stream. Whereas other participants of ESGN were players with an MTG background, practicing constructed 15 hours a day against each other. And who was one of the best in the tournament? Kripp still managed to beat most of those other people and do better than them. With again little to almost no preparation. So you can see if he would take Hearthstone seriously, he would be one of the best players, if not the best players. So don't blame the game or say this is casual and stuff. It's just he decides, he focuses on the arena part because that's more fun for him. Now a lot of you guys say that he is a sellout now or cares about money, whatever. I'm gonna tell you something. He never cared about money. Kripp used to live with his parents for a long time. He didn't have a donation button until his viewers actually spammed him with PMs and he had to get one to be able to even read other PMs. He never bought anything expensive. He probably spends the largest share of his income on orange juice. Hell, I got this t-shirt for $2 on the market. Kripp doesn't care about money. He never has and never will. Now, maybe someone else does. Or maybe he needs to support his family, I don't know. So now whose fault is it that he changed maybe? The viewers? Because they never subscribed to him, because he didn't do things like pro-fisting everyone and subscriber pop-ups on the screen and instead focused on gameplay? Himself, because he never mentioned that maybe he would appreciate it if people would support the amount of effort, the hard work that he does. And he would appreciate it if they would actually subscribe it. Maybe the game companies, because they get more and more casual, like all games get more and more casual, and they don't provide a game environment for him to go absolutely hardcore again. Now I'm gonna tell you something. First, to viewers from Hearthstone who came to Kripp after Hearthstone and don't know who he was before and so on. And also don't watch him every time he goes back to Path of Exile and so on. Learn who Kripp is. Watch him because of his personality, because of he is. Do some research about what he did in gaming. Kripp is the only Hearthstone streamer who was known before Hearthstone. All the other big Hearthstone streamers, they all just jumped on the Hearthstone hype train. That's what got them big. That's what got them famous. But Kripp, he did amazing things in different games that he played. Whether it was WoW, whether it was Diablo, whether it was Guild Wars, whether it was Hearthstone, it doesn't matter. So, if there's anyone you should watch for different games, maybe it should be Kripp. To the hardcore viewers, those are the ones that complain that it changed and stuff. To you guys, subscribe to Kripp, support him. He is not the type of person that likes to have to ask for donations or to have a subscriber pop-up and so on, but he still deserves to be supported. He still appreciates every support that he gets. So just support him. Go out of your way and do it. Don't care if there's like a pop-up on the screen like other people have. Like one of the moderators was stating a couple of weeks ago that he had like 700 or 800 subscribers. He deserves way more than that. Especially if you look at those other channels or streams who have those donation overlays and subscriber pop-ups. And last but not least, the game companies. Now, it is true that games get more and more casual. That's what every game company is doing. That's what Blizzard is doing. That's what Riot is doing with League. But don't just do what everyone else is doing and make more casual games. I think now is exactly a chance to bring out the hardcore game again, where people like Kripp and others, Al-Kaiser, whatever, could dig into it and do some amazing things. Like I think now is maybe this is a chance or the right moment to release another hardcore game or a hardcore environment for gamers. Now, that was my video. Thank you guys for watching. I just wanted to share those points, and I want to apologize for the tone of my voice and maybe some language that I use, but this is a really emotional topic for me. I've been a Kripp watcher for over 2 years, and his channel and everything means a lot to me, and I just wanted to clarify a few things from my perspective. But yeah, in the end, don't take the video too seriously, but I hope that Kripp, if there's anyone out there in the streaming scene that deserves to be successful, it's definitely Kripp, for all the hard work that he did, for his achievements in game, and just for who he is. Thanks for watching. I'll be back.